Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. And Mano is here.
Yeah.
Mano. Happy
Here,
Friday,
baby.
everybody. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Now, let's talk about an interview that Burner did with the Bootleg Kev podcast. Shout out to Bootleg Kev.
That's my guy right there, Bootleg.
Yes, where Burner talked about sitting down with Dr. Dre and presenting him with some chronic. The chronic, that would have been a great seller, by the way, for a strain of marijuana.
That was it right there, the chronic.
But Dr. Dre unfortunately turned that deal down. That could have been huge, by the way. Here's what he said happened.
And I showed him a jar of what we wanted to call the chronic. And it was by far the best looking weed we've ever produced. And he was just like, yeah, I with it. And I appreciate Slim putting this play together. And, we'll think about it. But, I don't know if I really want to kind of put myself in the industry. I got, he told me I got money. And I don't really want to play with that until, maybe it's federally legal. I just don't want to risk it.
Gotta respect that, though.
Yeah. And by the way, Burner, as the CEO of Cookies and founder, he was the first cannabis entrepreneur to ever be on the cover of Forbes magazine.
He did it like no other.
Last year. So just for him to have been in this as long as he has and to make the money that he's made, amazing. Sheesh. But I know sometimes you look back at things you could have did.
Right, yeah.
Because you don't know which way it's going to go.
You don't know. And sometimes you miss those opportunities.
Yeah. All right. Now, Gunplay's wife is saying that Gunplay's drug abuse is what caused her daughter's heart defect. She made this claim on Instagram Live earlier in the week, and here's what she had to say.
The reason why my daughter had a heart defect is because of his drug abuse history. He was the cause of her defect. Y'all could Google this. Anybody who abuses cocaine, ketamine, which he did too, he actually OD'd on ketamine twice, it causes cognitive disorders and dysfunctions, like that. So that's why my daughter's heart was up, and he took it really hard.
All right. Now, she also said that she wasn't aware that he had started using drugs before they began dating. And when she did find out, that's why they started fighting a lot. And that he would blame allergies instead of admitting that he was on drugs, why he was sniffling all the time.
That was going to be my question. Did she not know that he was doing whatever he was doing before they even had a baby?
And she was like, his nose would be all red because he's very yellow, she said. And he would be using that Afrin nose spray. So when his nose was red, she was like, what's going on? And he would just say it was just allergies. And she believed him from that. So that's what she's saying happened. I saw a lot of people saying, why is he still on Love and Hip Hop? I don't know that he still will be. When the show returns, don't know what it's going on.
Those episodes was probably already shot.
I'm not. I have no idea. So I guess we'll see. But I've seen people write people out of shows before, where they basically re-edit to take people out of scenes. So we'll see what happens. All right, now David Beckham. They have a 4-part documentary called Beckham, him and Victoria Beckham, and there's a clip from that 4-part documentary where he is talking with her. And she's saying that she's had a hard life and talking about being working class and her family being working class. And he basically was like, stop lying. Here's what happened.
We're very working class.
Be honest.
I am being
What car
honest.
did your dad drive you to school in?
All right, it's not a simple answer
What
because...
car did you get your dad to drive
It
you to
depends.
school in? No.
Okay,
What
in the
car?
80s,
What?
my dad had a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, that's working class. All right.
He's like, you are
Heard
not.
you. Chill out.
He said, be honest.
Be honest.
And she was just looking like, and she really was trying to act like, you got a Rolls Royce.
Isn't she from
the
that
Spice
group?
Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, Posh Spice.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. Can you imagine, Mano,
Rolls-Royce.
what type of car did your son get driven to school in?
Bentleys, Rolls Royces.
Now imagine him
Sometimes.
trying to say he came from a working class.
Still working class though. Still out here working.
Yeah, I'm working. Let me tell you, you want to know what I got? First of all, I used to be so embarrassed to get dropped off in school because we never had a nice car my whole life growing up. First, my dad had a Duster, and then he had a Monte Carlo that was bright yellow. It was so embarrassing.
My father had one car. It was an old car, like a Chevy, and he was all beat up and white, and he painted it black, and it looked nice, and it was like, we finally got a car. And we had that car for a little while, and then when my father got addicted to crack cocaine, that was one of the things that was gone.
That car.
That car
matters, boy, when you got to get dropped off and people see you get out the car.
Especially
and you be
we lived in the project, so it was like most people didn't have cars.
Right. So it was a blessing.
Yeah, we had a car for a little while, maybe a year, maybe.
And growing up, even having to park the car was tough in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Remember
we had-
driving around for hours trying to find a spot.
Yeah, you know I forgot about that.
All right, well, yeah, that's a Brooklyn thing for sure, a New York thing. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.